Hello, beautiful people. I hope everyone is well on or in December. I know it can be very maddening out there, or people are maddening. Some people are so focused, but I don't know on what, really. That's the interesting part, I guess, to me. But when you do actually get to take the chance and talk to somebody when you're out and about, it's so genuine, really. Wishing somebody a good day, or holding the door for them, or enjoying a fun moment. Not everybody's out there to do that. They're very task-oriented, focused. Like I said, on what? I don't know. Do they know? Maybe not. And that's the thing, right? People think they're present. They're not present. They're just repeating routine actions, really. It's mindless movement. I was saying to my kids a couple of weeks ago, I was so sick of living Groundhog Day. Like, every day is the same. And I would just I'm like, oh, you get up, we do this, we do that, we go back. Every day is the same. I cannot do it anymore. Like I said to them, if I want to go for a walk, I'm going to go for a walk. Doesn't matter if I'm walking at the same time every day, or if whatever. You don't know. I was never that way. I was never so rigid, and I just, being around certain people for so long, and society and norms and the matrix, it is crazy just to watch people live like that, right? Because they have no idea, or if they do, I hope they, no, I don't think they have any idea, because why would you do that? Why would you do that? I did it for a long, long, long time. I would go in and out. I would conform and then unconform and conform and unconform. It was all of that all the time. But over the last few years, I remember, I used to mutter under my breath a lot because I was so, I don't know, just done with everything that was normal, which I always never got anyway, because what is normal? There's no normal. Even for me, what I can do one day doesn't mean I'm going to be able to do it the next day. So what is normal? Which one is normal? For me, myself, let alone a societal norm that people try to achieve, is just mind-blowing. I mean, but the world is changing so quickly. I was talking to some adults that are in their 20s, let's say, or I've been listening to them, that age bracket, if we're breaking it down to a bracket. They're so open, they're so knowledgeable, they're so gentle on themselves. And we, or me, my generation, we did not grow up like that. So it is so amazing to see these kinds of people in roles as teachers, or as mentors or as nurses, as doctors. Like, that's how you can see things are changing, is because there is more openness. And I don't think for quite a few generations and decades and decades and decades, people were not open. They were not going to talk about anything. And, I still find some people are all about what they can show, right? Or like what they want to be perceived as. And I'm like, why do you want to be perceived like that though? Like, I never got that. Like, it's so fake. Like, oh, they're such a good-looking couple. Okay. What does that mean if you like break it down, right? Like, they physically look good together in a photo? Okay, that's it. They probably don't talk. Probably like live separate lives in the same household. You know what I mean? Like, oh, but there's a perfect looking couple and family. What does that have to do with anything? Where's the mismatched families that have the most fun together ever, right? Like, the perception of other people, that's where I'm getting stuck, I think. Like, why are we even doing that? Like, it's just like cool. That's none of my. Are they a nice person? Are they good to animals and kids? Are they kind? Are they generous? Like, I don't really care that they look, I look good in a photo. I mean, they're cool, but I don't really want to be known for looking good in a photo. I would rather be known for my kindness or my generosity or my unconditional love to anybody ever, or like this. Some things need to change. They are, obviously, and quickly, as we end 2024. And I mean, I read one of those, I don't know, I think they're called memes or something. Like, bear with me, I don't do like news or media, or if it's something that people think I should know, usually someone tells me. Like, the post office was on strike. Like, things that I should probably know, people will tell me. But other than that, like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the United States. I don't know. I'm sure there's not good things. That's usually what's on the media. So I'm sure there's people dying and bombs going off and countries collapsing. And anyway, like, I mean, that's just the way the world is. So I already know that. I don't need a daily dose of who bombed who. But that's like with anything. So I kind of get surprised sometimes. People either think it's funny or they don't. Like, I forget, it was somebody, they're like, yeah, so and so passed away. And I'm like, what? When did that happen? They're like, actually, that was like a year ago. Like, what do you don't remember? Like, I was like, no, not that I don't remember. I just didn't know. That's all. So I do try and keep my distance from that. because that can be overwhelming. I remember going into COVID, and that's all we did, right? For the first, it was like news 24 hours a day, and like nothing new was coming out, but we all had to watch it. Anyway, I'm sure I went way off topic. I was going back to like one of those meme things or those posters that say like, the person I was when I started the year is not the person I am ending the year with, and that I can't even put into words the difference to myself, let alone to the people around me, and living with my shadow self and trying to figure out that and where all these feelings were coming from and why were they coming up now and what was going on, and then being so burnt out because I just put everything I had into my job, opening a new service, and like everything. I put my heart and my soul and my sweat and my tears into that thing, and it was a beautiful experience, and we helped so many people, and they continue to help so many people. But it burnt me out, right? Because I literally put everything I possibly had into that project. But in turn, it broke me, right? The universe was screaming at me. It was screaming through my body. It's migraines. And I ended up having a gluten intolerance. And like the migraines were insane. And the depression and the sadness, it was just to think what the last 3 years have been, let alone the last 16. And then I think back to the last 25, and I'm like, oh my God, my life, my whole life, like what the heck? What the heck have I experienced? I've learned so much about so many different things. Like, the brain is an amazing thing. You learn and learn and learn and learn and learn and learn and learn, and everything can be brought into something else. And everything you've learned at 10 different jobs, now you can use at another job. It's just the world and how it teaches you and guides you through using everything that you've learned and gained. And it's magical, really. It's a magical trip that we're here to do, you know? And I remember right before I went off work, just because I was so burnt out, I remember saying to myself, I'm like, man, I believe that we agree to these journeys or this path before we even get here. And then I was like, why are you sure that I signed on to do this? Because this is insane. I'm like, this makes no sense. Why would I sign up to put myself through all of this? Because I know all the good is coming, all of it. I'm not saying that I haven't had good. Maybe to other people. I don't know what other people perceive. I'm not going to talk about the bad, because why? It's is what it is. You live, you learn. You cry, you scream. You run, you hide. You live, you learn, and you love. I mean, it's a constant flow, a constant. It's always constant. We're always moving, we're always changing. And I think that's what people Yeah, I mean, I get it, right? Like, you don't, it's hard, it's exhausting to change all the time. Sometimes you just want it to be the same. But then when you get stuck in the same, you don't want it to be the same either, right? So it's just learning to trust and flow and try not to resist if you can. There's going to be times. That's why it's such a path, right? And that's why there's different ways and crossroads and forks and blockages, and it's all a part of it, all of it, good, bad, all of it's blessing us the whole time we're here, all of it. All of it. I have a book. I don't know. We'll see if anything. I always like to just read a page. It's a yoga book. Sometimes it fits the day. Sometimes, I mean, don't get me wrong. It usually fits. It's like tarot cards, right? Okay. As you climb the spiritual ladder, you develop a new sense, a new mind called higher mind, where everything is pure. You will never make a mistake. Intellect can be fallible. Instinct can also be fallible, sometimes depending upon the command given to your subconscious mind. Even if the command is wrong, naturally instinct has to obey. But once you develop your intuition, you can never make a mistake. All the higher knowledge, the higher experiences that you have never ever touched, the peace, the joy, the innumerable experiences far beyond your senses are waiting. It's all in the higher mind. See? Boom. Nailed it. The universe always seems to nail it, right? I don't know why we get so nervous or uneasy, because in the end they nail it every time. Like, what have I even been talking about for like 15 minutes? And then of course, the random page that I open up to pretty much is bang on, right? Thank you, universe, spirit, the most high, God, divine, whatever you want to gather there. Again, you gotta take everything with a grain of salt when you're reading, right? It's always someone else's perspective. I've heard good things and bad things about lots of people, and I'm sure people have heard good things and bad things about me. But, you just take what resonates, and what does everybody say? Leave what doesn't. Well, I hope everybody has a glorious, glorious day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are on your path. I'm sure we'll meet again. That's a lovely song. Anyway, I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I send you, of course, all the love to you. All the love. All of the love. All of it.